Approaching 6:50 here this Tuesday, our top stories this morning. Starting today, it's jury selection for the trial in a murder case going back nearly 40 years.
And on Thanksgiving Day back in 1984, a 14-year-old girl, Wendy Jerome, she was reported missing from her home on Denver Street in Rochester. Then hours later, she was found dead less than a mile away. Investigators say they followed hundreds of leads until their break in 2020 when this man on our screen now, Timothy Williams, taken into custody in Florida. Police credit DNA tech that was collected during an autopsy with the arrest. And they do say that Williams lived in the neighborhood at the time, but moved to Florida shortly afterwards. He's now charged with second-degree murder, and as we continue following the trial, all the updates will be right here on News 8, on air, and of course online as well at rochesterfirst.com.
Another case in court today, a woman facing charges for a deadly crash in Wolcott. She's due to appear in Wayne County Court. State police say August 2022 when this happened. A vehicle was going on Young Love Road when the driver, Kayla Parada, lost control, causing the car to flip and then sink into a creek with 7 people inside, 7 passengers. A 5-year-old boy was killed at the scene. 5 others, all under 18, were taken to the hospital for minor injuries. Parada is charged with 2 counts of felony assault and 1 count of misdemeanor assault.
The search continues for a missing RIT student, entering its 2nd week now since 22-year-old Matthew Grant was last seen. It was the night of November 20th. He was reportedly wearing a green jacket and blue jeans, driving a dark gray 2014 Jeep Cherokee with a Michigan license plate ESR 8141. Now, while he hasn't been found, the sheriff's office does say no stone will be left unturned.
We don't have a whole lot to go on. We just got the tip that the vehicle was seen in and around the Syracuse area, so we're trying to track that down, get a little bit more information on that. With these kind of things, you know, we get a lot of tips, so we're going to go on what we have, right? So we're going to hunt that down. We're going to exhaust that lead until we can prove he was or wasn't there, and if not, we'll just go on to the next one after that.
If you think or you know where Matthew Grant might be, please call 911.
Overseas, Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend their ceasefire for another 2 days. That announcement came on the final day of the initial 4-day truce in which Hamas and Israel released a number of hostages and prisoners each day. Israel's military says the Red Cross confirmed 11 Hamas hostages were freed. The pause in fighting has also allowed humanitarian aid to get inside Gaza. To Vermont, where an act of violence is under investigation as potentially a hate crime. We've learned that suspect there, 48-year-old Jason Eaton, is originally from the Syracuse area. Yesterday, he pleaded not guilty to shooting 3 college students of Palestinian descent. Eaton is charged with 3 counts of attempted murder in the 2nd degree. Authorities say at the time of the attack, 2 of the victims were wearing keffiyehs, traditional Arab scarves. The 3 victims are expected to survive. Eaton faces life in prison if he's convicted.
Well, we have no snow on the ground here, but take a look to our west. The latest video from Erie County, pummeled by around 20 inches of snow, already causing some issues for at least one car right here. But tough walk for that driver that had to abandon that vehicle with 30-mile-per-hour winds and lake effect snow warnings in multiple counties, including Wyoming, until at least tomorrow morning.
That video there, these slowdowns on 90, much of last night.
Yes.
James, we don't have the snow. We're right in the middle of these bands, but it might pick up just a little bit later on.
Yeah, just a little bit. And we still have the cold.
Yes.
And we still have the wind as well. We don't hit freezing today. Probably the coldest day of the season so far. Today with highs just around 30, 31 degrees. And there it is. You see the snow bands to our north, and you've got the stuff to our south as well. Just be prepared for that. Expected snowfall totals through tomorrow morning. I'm sure there will be a ½ inch to an inch on some grassy surfaces along 104 north of Rochester, and you get the higher amounts in Wayne County. That's where we see snow really starting to build up later this afternoon. We'll take a look at the 8-day forecast at the end of the show. Brennan, how are the roads looking this morning?
Well, they're just fine compared to our neighbors, friends, and family in western New York. That's a view from the west side here over the ballpark. Downtown Rochester, things picking up. We don't have any accidents on our map. Expressway showing up green. We will check your sunrise traffic again at 7:25.
Yeah, talking about the roads, talking about the winter weather, Governor Kathy Hochul now announces $100 million in funding will secure our state roadways this winter. It's going to be going towards repaving and renovation projects. Nearly $2 million will go towards Route 21 from the Thruway to Palmyra in Ontario and Wayne counties. You can see a full list of all the project sites expected in our area on rochesterfirst.com.
The State Office of Cannabis Management unanimously agreed yesterday to a settlement expected to lead to more dispensaries opening up statewide, including here in the Finger Lakes. Due to lawsuits, the OCM has not been able to give out any licenses. The judge in the case ordered the state to stop issuing those until the matter was resolved in the courts. And that happened. The terms of the deal, though, with veterans and medical operators who felt like they were unfairly left out of the rollout, they'll still need final approval coming before the state Supreme Court. An attorney walked us through what we could expect in that deal. We've got that reaction, part of the story, at RochesterFirst.com. Today, the 13th annual Rock the Day event is happening. Started at midnight, that 24-hour online fundraiser, giving you the opportunity to step up and support 600 nonprofits in the greater Rochester region. A live view at the updated tally right now, more than $14,000 raised out of more than 200 donations already. Again, just since midnight, that's nearly 10 grand since we've been on air since 5 a.m. Please step up, show your support. Those organizations do so much to help the area. That's at rocktheday.org.
Yeah, crazy. Around $5,000 at 5 a.m. and they're very close to tripling that.
Yes.
In such a short amount of time. Love to see people be generous on Giving Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll talk about that all day. We'll check it at the noon show, and we'll be watching it this afternoon as well with Evening Crew.
And that is when we will have that weather update as well for you.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the snow band drifts southward into Monroe County. That's when we could have some issues on roadways between, I'd say, 10 a.m. to about 4 or 5 p.m. You've got the wind as well, so some blowing snow could be an issue. Oh, and by the way, have the sunglasses handy. I do think the sun comes out for a lot of today. Just one of those days where you kind of get a mix. You get a blast of snow, then the sun comes out. Nice little warm up, though. Anything that does accumulate is gone by Thursday and Friday.
Oh, we are still well below the average total here, too.
Yeah, and Friday is December 1st.
Oh my gosh, it's here. Look at that. Thank you so much for sharing your morning with us here on News 8, everyone.
Our next update in 30 minutes, CBS Mornings coming your way.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.